Latin dance, it's power, a lot of energy, wild, but you have to still be elegant and classy.
I think that describes your personality,
okay?
actually.
Oh.
Yeah.
I get to live both my dreams of being a mom and a professional dancer. When you get on stage and you get to see an audience and you get to have the opportunity to make someone feel special through your art form and through your creativity.
And I thought, oh my God, I wish I could be like that. Because I start from nothing.
But they set you up for life.
I did not have a choice.
You're going to get so many no's before you get any yeses. If you don't have that mental strength, it's very hard to continue and to stay in the industry.
Hey, this is Alina Reddy and welcome to Foreign Influence.
I even had a moment.
It was like a line in the sand.
And I loved every second of it.
I have to work even harder because now I'm
To winning The Voice Australia.
When you have more than one culture in your life,
heart and soul into that.
Grandiose perspective in your paintings.
We were mostly from migrant families.
Together, we're going to
I guess
My father was a food scientist.
when the missiles started coming in, we could just run and hide in the bunker.
If you show flower,
But they also had mutual admiration.
First page singing under the moon. You and me together, it felt so good. But then you made me feel blue when you ran away with somebody new. Look, you're on my door.
Hey, this is Alina Reddy and welcome to Foreign Influence. Today we're going to have a very colorful episode. I think you have guessed it, that it has something to do with dance. We are visiting entertainment dance creations and we're going to have a chat with masterminds behind this beautiful company. Siobhan, thank you so much for being a part of our show today.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm very excited to be here.
What is your role in the entertainment dance creation?
So I perform for our EDC and I sometimes help Katia manage some gigs and mentor some of the girls and help the new girls learn the choreo and learn the shows and yeah, just kind of head of all trades in a way in the company.
Out of all the forms of dance
Yes.
that are out there,
Yes.
how did you choose to fall in love with the Latin dance?
I might have stalked entertainment dance a little bit on Instagram and just saw the beautiful feathers and the showgirl aspect of it, and I was just drawn to all the colours and all the vibrancy and the energy, I think also as well, and I just wanted to be part of it. I reached out to Katia and I was like, I really love what you guys are doing, and is there any chance I can come and audition for you? And then got into the studio, and then once we started moving, yeah, I just fell in love with the steps and the rhythm of it. I was a bit out of my comfort zone when I first started, definitely with the samba dancing, but I think it's just a love that got deeper and deeper the more I did it. So it was a lot of fun. So I think, yeah, just everything. They can't really pick one aspect. It was a lot of the different things.
You were born in South Africa.
Yes, I was, yes.
What do you remember about your immigration to Australia?
I just remember the plane ride being very long, but
How old were you?
I was 10, so I was young enough to start again, but old enough to remember back home. At the time, I didn't really understand what was kind of happening. I knew we were moving, but it didn't really sink in on what that actually entailed and the fact that we were leaving family behind and coming here and all that kind of stuff. It was just a lot of changes. We were just taking it day by day.
What is the traditional South African dance?
You've got all your tribal dances and everything like that, so it just depends on which tribe you're going to. If you're going to more very traditional kind of stuff, or there's like contemporary like we have here, and there's jazz and there's hip hop, there's acrobatics, there's ballet, so it all crosses over in
So
some
real
aspect.
kaleidoscope.
Yeah, there's a whole different range.
What are the challenges that can be associated with dance? I'm talking about like fitness level versus the concentration. Also, you have to be looking good.
In general, you have to be, in my opinion, you have to be fit enough to be able to perform the shows and carry the show, because as dancers, our role is to make things look as effortless as possible, but what we do is actually really technically hard and physically hard. Getting into shape and making sure you have the durability and the stamina to take you through the shows, I think is very hard, but I think the biggest thing would be mentally. I think if you don't have a strong mental mind or mental strength in the industry, I think it can get you more than any physical, any emotional or anything like that, because you're going to get so many no's before you get any yeses. And I feel if you don't have that mental strength, it's very hard to continue and to stay in the industry, because as much as we love it, as much as we want it, the dance pool is a lot bigger than the dance jobs. So it's really kind of tailored against you in a way, and sometimes it comes down to luck, sometimes it doesn't, sometimes it comes down to who you know, you really never know. So you always have to be on, you always have to be physically ready, mentally 100% ready for everything.
What is the regime for practicing?
Here at EC we meet every Tuesday and everything, which is so lovely. We build like a really great community and a good kind of family vibe. We all work very hard, we have a job to do, but outside it's really on your own to how much you actually work out and what you do behind the scenes. For me, like I try to work out most days a week,
And by working out, tell me, how do you work out? Do you go for a run? Do you do weights? Like what's involved?
So gym work for sure, and then also technique and stuff. So getting into a studio by yourself and doing stuff and working on your kicks, working on your turns, working on like your splits and the flexibility. But I think a lot of dancers don't actually go into the gym, which I think is very important, because it just helps with all the stamina and all that kind of stuff.
Siobhan, what do you love the most about being a part of entertainment dance creation?
There's so many aspects. I love a lot of the aspects. I love how that there's so many different shows, and the fact that all the gigs we do, you can really connect with an audience. The most enjoyment I get out of it is the costumes aside, which are beautiful, as you can see, like they're stunning. It's just when you get on stage and you get to see an audience and you get to have the opportunity to make someone feel special through your art form and through your creativity and Katya's choreography. I just feel like that's the thing I enjoy the most. I think also having the opportunity every week to be part of a company where you get to grow, because as much as we are here for a job and a choreography, it is a space where you can explore your creativity and your art form as well. For me, I feel very safe to explore how I am as a performer and push those boundaries and see how I can be different and if I can put on like a different character, and I feel very safe to do that.
On the personal level,
Yes.
You have become a mom recently.
Yes.
So how has that, congratulations,
Thank
and
you.
your son is adorable.
Thank you so much.
How has that affected
Yeah.
your work?
Oh, it's definitely been a humbling experience, the best experience ever. I definitely had to make sure that the steps I took before becoming a mom and before I got pregnant, that there were things set in place. So structurally and making sure my spot within the company was a solid foundation, so that when I did want to come back, it was a lot easier to transition into. Shout out to my husband too and my support system, because I feel without that support system, none of it could be possible. My husband comes to me with gigs, he brings my son, I'll feed him, I'll jump in the car, I'll get makeup done. It's a whole process, but it's a process worth doing, and yeah, I get to live both my dreams of being a mom and a professional dancer.
Oh my goodness, I cannot believe this transformation. That's it, I'm signing up for your classes. Woo! Hoopa! 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 Yes! Woo! Amazing. That's good. Katya, you are Eastern European. You were born in Russia.
Yes.
But what attracts you to Latin dance?
I had my full-time training in Melbourne for 4 years, and I actually didn't know that Latin is so rich and energetic. I went one of the audition, and I thought Latin, I can do it. What's Latin? I've done so much technique, jazz, ballet. And when I came to do the trial, and they were like all Latin, I was like, oops, I need work. I got in love with Latin dance. It's power, a lot of energy, wild, but you have to still be elegant and classy. That's what I would say. A lot of fun with Latin dance.
I think that describes your personality,
okay?
actually.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's like kind of combined emotion, technique all together. So, and you'll just feel it. It's beautiful. Also the music, it's so much drums, so much nice instruments, you can hear it. And with your body, you can listen to the music and you can play. You can actually complement the music and you can be like part of the band.
You are a choreographer.
Yep.
What does that entail?
It's entail design movements, choreography. We're creating shows for different kind of audience. It's not only Latin. We have Gatsby. For example, people want a Gatsby 20s, so we provide that. Or Moulin Rouge. I think the most important to choose the music that everyone would love it. Not too long, not too short. A lot of pieces, and choreography also have to be exactly met for people to enjoy, not just to show up that how great you dance are. It's just you're gonna be communicate. You know, they're gonna love it. They will understand. And the most important thing with the creating choreography, we're doing for the audience also again for the people who sitting and watching. It have to be definitely one thing that we're gonna involve our audience with what we're doing, so they will connect with us. So not just like performing, I can do the kick, I can do the pirouette, no, it's all together. So that's why we're training in the studio, especially for that, how to, communicate more with the audience, if you know what I mean.
Wow, that sounds very, very complicated on so many levels. How did you turn your passion for dancing into a career? Please tell me right from the start, right from when you were a little girl.
Okay, when I was a little girl, I was always wanted dance.
Where were you born? Which city in Russia?
I was born in Taliati. It's a city that car factory there. I was grow up in a musical family, quite strict. It was like an army for us, for me. I have a brother and my sister, mom and father. My father wanted all of us doing music.
So you were born to love music?
Yeah, yes. I was born to love it. We start training from about 5 years old, music, every day, 2 hours piano, 2 hours guitar, voice.
That's intense.
He used to hire a lot of very strong teachers. Then we start creating the band. Of course, the star of the show was my brother. So he was good voice and people was crying, and I wasn't jealous. I was like, I just want to play a bass guitar. But we train it
That's pretty empowering for a young
I was
girl.
like 6 when I already went on the stage. I had a small hands, and my father said, okay, now you're going to play in 6 strings, because usually it's bass guitar, it's a 4. And then when I was grow up, like 12, 14, I started playing in a 4th string. So, and we went on the TV too, and it was very, very, very interesting childhood.
Wow, so you were on television from when you were young.
Yes.
Incredible.
I was really in love with performing and being on stage, and I enjoyed it very much.
Верят корабли в мою мечту, всем ветрам назло, и я спешу на зов дальний неизвестных островов.
Katya, and please tell me about meeting this very, very famous Ukrainian-born Soviet composer Shainsky.
Wow, yes.
I can't believe you met him.
That
He's
was
a
amazing.
legend.
I was 7 years old. I mean, I remember like now, we were invited to perform on one of the really, really famous program. And before the host came out and she said, okay, now she asked my brother, because he was the star, like, what do you would like to sing? He's like, oh, we like to sing this song. And she's like, oh, it's composer Shainsky. Would you like to meet him? Would you like him to play with your sister in the piano? And he came, he shook my brother's hand. We were like, it was amazing.
Because he wrote music for blockbuster animated films.
Yes.
Even when he got older, he moved to the US and he wrote a couple of musicals for Hollywood.
That's amazing. That's I feel very privileged to be with him on one stage when I was so small. Very grateful to my father, to my mother, that they grow up. Like at this time, I was thinking, my God, what a hell. You know, like sometimes you feel bored. I never feel bored in my life because I did not have time. It really was like, you do this, and now I'm so grateful for all this hard work, and yeah. It was amazing.
Were you resentful of your parents at the time when you were little, like when you saw other children playing and doing, like hanging out, doing not much? Or you didn't have time to think about it?
I did not have a choice. I don't know how he did it and she did it, my mom and my dad. But we just never even think about it.
But they set you up for life.
That's right. Yeah. But yes, you were really good, Elena, that you mentioned that like playing. We never played. We never go outside and play like, you know, children every day, like hours. Little bit, yes. 1 hour for us, it's happiness. Yeah.
Tell me, when did you immigrate to Australia and how?
My brother, maybe a few years ago already, he was here in Australia. He came to Australia with very popular singer. Her name Masha Rasputina.
Oh, she is a very famous pop singer.
Very famous. He was a keyboard player and producer also.
Wow.
He was working with her. They came and my brother said, I like Australia. And they did the concerts here. She left and he stayed. 2 years later, he's helped me a lot with coming to Australia. So I was very fortunate that I have a brother who helped me in the first few years.
What were your first impressions of Australia? Do you remember?
Amazing, very nice and peaceful.
So, and then you went to study here?
Maybe I was 23. I saw this full-time course in South Melbourne. I got in love. When I came just to see the class, everyone was like animals. They were like so strong, in a good way. So much energy. And I thought, oh my God, I wish I could be like that. And the teachers who...
You wanted to be part of the jungle.
I wanted to be part of the jungle. And they said, listen, it's a hard course. Don't expect someone give you compliments. And I thought, hello. I've been growing up with my father and my mama. We never had a compliment. It was not easy, but I enjoyed it. I like challenge. So.
What was the course called?
Diploma in Performing Arts and Dance.
Wow.
My dream was get the contract in cruise line. I start to do auditions here in Melbourne. It was not easy. I started doing shows, gigs, like small gigs in Melbourne, yeah? And then when I did few auditions, I got kind of success, but in the end, I got cut. And I thought, okay, I'm gonna move to Germany to try, because I heard the more opportunity and it's a bigger
Audience,
industry.
population, yeah.
Yes,
Much
and
higher.
then I came to Germany. First month, I started doing classes, just casual, and I saw audition for the cruise line. And I went, and guess what? And I got the audition.
Yay! Well
Yes,
done.
it was a nice cruise line Costa production. It was amazing.
Must have been a great life experience, not just from career point of view, but exploring the world.
And yes, the traveling. It was always my dream to be like we all dancers, to be full-time employed as a dancer. You live, you perform, you don't do anything else. It's amazing. And you travel the world, you're waiting for another contract, you're scared, and then I got another contract to Brazil. I went to Brazil.
Wow, oh, you're so international.
Yeah, it was very nice experience.
And all of these experiences have brought you here today.
Correct.
That now you're the founder of the entertainment dance creation. How do you feel about that?
I feel very grateful. It's number one, privilege. Grateful because very lucky to have people around me from the beginning who's always helped me, because I start from nothing. Yeah, it's a lot of work, Elena. It's a lot of work and passion. Start doing choreography. It was so long to put it all together, to make meet the dancers, to make a group, to make costumes and music and everything. I just enjoy it, and I'm very lucky to have people in this time they also very enjoy it. And it came naturally. After a few years, I started getting clients.
So how many years have you been running this?
I would say altogether about 14 years.
Wow, so over a decade.
Yes.
Yeah. What is the most important quality in a dancer?
Discipline.
Really?
Consistency. Discipline, consistency, I would repeat, because without that, it's very hard. Everyone's different, but I believe discipline, it's don't be late. Consistency, don't have, I've got a headache, I don't think I can make it. When you dance, you have to go through the pain sometimes, like everyone's saying this, I'm saying the same thing.
No pain, no gain.
But it's true. But again, I don't want to be too harsh on the dancers. My company, it's small company. It's also, I have to look after dancers. For me, number one, the dancer will be happy in our company. It's because without them, I'm nothing. So I can make a lot of costumes. I can create a lot of choreography. I can do so, but without dancers, who am I?
And please tell me about your costumes. You design all of them yourself.
Yes, most of them, maybe 85, 90%. Sometimes I'm buying things, but again, I'm just always reconstruct stuff. I've got very big passion for this, Latin colors, maybe too many colors. That's so, God forgive me. I love too many colors. Sometimes the dancers say, oh, can we have one color? And I'm like, okay, I'll do one color. I started doing one color and I go, oh, I've got an idea. Okay, yellow, pink, red.
Your personality, your personality, colorful and happy.
And of course, it's lots of hours to create the costumes. Feathers, gluing, but nothing would be more satisfying to put on a dancer. And when you perform and they see their faces, they're enjoying, they love the costume. Wow, for me, okay, I live my life. I live my dream. I thank God every day that I've got this little company and beautiful people who always support me, and they're amazing.
Katya, thank you so much for being a part of our show.
Oh, thank you so much for having me.
And we wish you all the best for your future performances.
Thank you so much.